Welcome to Manipulation 101. So let's talk about the stars. You know, astrology. It's this super cool map that shows us all the amazing, shiny parts of ourselves, our strengths, our passions, our secret superpowers. But plot twist, it also has a little flashlight. It shines into the dusty, cobweb-filled corners of our personalities, our shadow traits. And today, we're shining that light on a big one: manipulation. It's a heavy word, I know, but really, it just means using clever and sometimes sneaky strategies to get what you want by controlling or swaying other people. It's like being a puppet master, but with feelings. And drama. So much drama. Now hold up, before you start side-eyeing your best friend, let's be real, literally anyone can be manipulative. It's not a Zodiac exclusive club, okay? Your cat is probably manipulating you for treats right now. But the cosmic tea is that some signs just come factory installed with a PhD in the art of influence. They have this natural talent for reading the room, finding the strings, and giving them a little or a big tug. It's not about being evil, it's about having a certain set of skills that can be used for good, or for getting you to agree to help them move on a Sunday. So in this video, we're going to dive deep into the 5 zodiac signs that are basically the grandmasters of this game. We're not here to point fingers or cancel anyone's star sign. Nope, this is all about getting smarter, understanding the dynamics, and learning how to spot the game so you don't get played. Think of it as your cosmic guide to emotional self-defense. We're going to look at their signature moves, why they do what they do, and most importantly, how you can keep your cool and hold your own. Ready to level up? Let's get into it. All right, first up, we have the one, the only Scorpio. Scorpio. When you think of intensity, you think of them. They operate on a whole other level of emotional and intuitive depth. It's like they have this built-in sonar that pings off everyone's deepest secrets, fears, and desires. They just know things without you saying a word, which can feel incredibly connecting, like they see right into your soul. This power allows them to forge bonds that are fiercely loyal and profound. They can make you feel like you are the only person in the universe that truly, deeply matters to them, and that connection is their sacred ground. But here's where that superpower gets a little spicy. That same laser-focused intuition that makes them amazing confidants can also be weaponized. Because they understand your emotional blueprint so well, they know exactly which buttons to press to get a reaction. They can use your own vulnerabilities, which you might have shared in a moment of trust, as leverage. Their manipulation is often subtle and deeply psychological. It's not loud. It's a quiet, intense game of emotional chess where they're always thinking 5 moves ahead, making you feel a certain way, indebted, guilty, or uniquely special, to steer your decisions in their favor. So, how do you deal with a Scorpio who's playing games? It's all about boundaries. Fort Knox-level boundaries. Be polite, but be a vault. Don't overshare your deepest, most sensitive information right off the bat. Let that trust be earned over a long, long time. If you feel that intense emotional pull or pressure, take a step back and state your limits clearly and calmly. I'm not comfortable discussing that, or I need to make this decision on my own. They respect strength, so when you hold your ground without getting emotional, you're speaking their language and refusing to be a pawn in their game. Next on our list is the master of words, the social butterfly, Gemini. Geminis are ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, so they are absolute wizards with language. They can talk their way into or out of anything. They're witty, charming, and incredibly adaptable, able to mirror the energy and communication style of whoever they're with. This makes them fantastic conversationalists and super fun to be around. They process information at lightning speed and can present it in a way that is compelling, logical, and incredibly persuasive. Their minds are like a whirlwind of ideas, facts, and perspectives. This verbal agility, however, is a double-edged sword. A Gemini's manipulative side comes out to play when they use their words to weave a version of reality that serves them best. They are masters of the half-truth, the clever omission, and reframing the narrative until you're not even sure what the original story was. They can talk you in circles, presenting so many different angles and possibilities that you become overwhelmed and confused, making it easier for you to just agree with their suggestion. It's a dazzling display of verbal gymnastics that can leave you feeling dizzy and manipulated without even realizing what just happened. So, what's the countermove for this linguistic acrobat? You have to slow them down and ask for receipts. When a Gemini is spinning a tale that feels a little too convenient, pause the conversation. Say something like, "Hold on, can you walk me through that again step by step?" Ask for concrete details, specifics, and evidence. Don't commit to anything on the spot. Give yourself time to process their flood of information away from their charismatic influence. Saying, "Let me think about that and get back to you," is your ultimate power move. It breaks their momentum and gives you the space to check the facts and your own feelings. Let's climb the mountain to our next sign, the ambitious and disciplined Capricorn. These folks are the CEOs of the Zodiac. They are strategic, patient, and incredibly goal-oriented. They see life as a mountain to be climbed, and they are always looking at the long game. Their work ethic is legendary, and they have an innate understanding of systems, hierarchies, and how to use them to their advantage. They are masters of delayed gratification and will methodically put in the work to achieve their desired outcome, earning respect and authority through sheer competence and persistence. But that strategic, goal-oriented mindset can take a manipulative turn when a Capricorn sees people as resources or pawns on their grand chessboard of life. Their manipulation isn't typically emotional, it's structural and pragmatic. They might leverage their authority or position to pressure you into doing something, making it seem like it's for the good of the company or the most logical choice, when it really just serves their own agenda. They can make you feel like you owe them for their hard work, or that questioning them is inefficient and unprofessional, effectively shutting down dissent through an appeal to practicality and duty. Dealing with a manipulative Capricorn requires you to be firm and professional. Your best defense is to demand transparency. Ask the why behind their requests. Can you explain how this decision aligns with our shared goals? Or I'd like to understand the full picture before I commit. Don't be afraid to gently name the power imbalance if you feel it's being used against you. For example, "I want to help, but I need to ensure my own responsibilities are met first." By framing your pushback in logical, goal-oriented language, you're meeting them on their own turf and showing them that you are a strategic player, not just a piece to be moved. Now, let's bring some balance to the conversation with Libra. Ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty and love, Libras are the diplomats and socialites of the zodiac. They are masters of charm, grace, and making everyone feel comfortable and heard. Their superpower is social calibration. They have an incredible ability to read the room, understand social dynamics, and find common ground. They genuinely hate conflict and will go to great lengths to create harmony and fairness, which makes them wonderful mediators and friends. They can smooth over any awkward situation with a smile and a perfectly chosen compliment. However, this deep-seated desire for harmony can curdle into manipulation. A Libra's dark side emerges when they use their charm to subtly influence outcomes in their favor, all while maintaining an appearance of fairness and impartiality. They are masters of people-pleasing as a tactic. They might make you feel so good, so seen, and so appreciated that you feel obligated to agree with them to avoid disrupting the pleasant vibe they've so carefully crafted. They avoid direct demands, instead using suggestion and flattery to guide you to their preferred conclusion, making it seem like it was your idea all along. To navigate a charming Libra's influence, you need to draw a line between being agreeable and actually agreeing. Your strategy is to encourage directness. When you sense they're gently steering you, you can say something like, "You're so good at seeing all sides. But what is it that you actually want here?" This invites them to be direct, which they often find difficult. Learn to distinguish between your desire to appease them and your genuine consent. It's okay to say, "I really appreciate your perspective and I enjoy our conversation, but I'm going to have to go in a different direction on this one." You can disagree without being disagreeable, keeping the harmony they crave while holding your ground. Last but certainly not least, we have the nurturing, empathetic Cancer. Cancers are ruled by the moon, and they are the heart of the zodiac. They are deeply intuitive, caring, and have memories like elephants, especially when it comes to emotional experiences. Their superpower is empathy. They can feel what you feel, and their instinct is to protect and care for the people they love. They create a sense of home and safety, and their love is a warm, comforting blanket. They remember your birthday, your favorite food, and that one time you were sad, and they'll do anything to make you feel better. This beautiful nurturing instinct, however, can become a tool for manipulation when a Cancer feels insecure or threatened. Their emotional memory can be used to frame things in guilt. They might bring up all the things they've done for you in the past to make you feel indebted and obligated to do what they want now. It's the classic, after all I've done for you, move. Another form is caretaking as control. They might over-nurture you to the point where you feel dependent on them, subtly controlling your life under the guise of just wanting what's best for you and making you feel guilty for wanting any independence. When dealing with this kind of emotional manipulation, the key is to gently but firmly separate care from consent. You have to lovingly untangle their nurturing from your autonomy. You can say, "I know you care about me and I appreciate it so much, but this is a decision I need to make for myself." Watch out for obligation tactics. Just because someone has been kind to you doesn't mean you owe them your compliance. It's crucial to reaffirm your gratitude for their love while simultaneously holding the boundary for your own life. Thank them for their concern, but be clear that their care is a gift, not a contract for your obedience. So there you have it, the top 5 cosmic puppet masters. But before we wrap this up, let's get one thing crystal clear. This isn't about calling out Scorpios as villains or canceling Capricorns. Absolutely not. The whole point of understanding these shadow tendencies is empowerment. It's about recognizing the patterns so you can build stronger, healthier boundaries for yourself. When you know the game, you can choose not to play, or at least to play by your own rules. It's about shifting from being passively influenced to actively choosing ethical, mutual connections where everyone's needs are respected. Remember, astrology is a guide, not a gospel. It gives us archetypes and patterns, not life sentences. Your Gemini friend might be the most straightforward person you know, and your Cancer boss might be all about empowering your independence. Context is everything, and so is intent. A person's entire birth chart, their life experiences, and their level of self-awareness play a much bigger role than just their sun sign. These are just tools for understanding one small facet of a person's potential behavior. And the goal is always greater awareness, not judgment. Ultimately, this knowledge is a gift. It helps you understand yourself better. We all have these signs somewhere in our charts. And it helps you navigate your relationships with more wisdom and compassion. Use it to protect your energy, to communicate more clearly, and to build relationships based on honesty and respect, not on subtle power plays. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, have you ever encountered one of these cosmic persuasion artists? Let's talk about it. See you next time.